American Rumba Silver level. Foundational video, basics primarily, and things that matter when we're performing and when we're practicing. So I'm going to start with talking about music in general. So to simplify the understanding of music, we have slows and quicks. The slows of ours are typically constructed by combining two beats of music. The quicks, no syncopations involved, is a single beat. When dancing slows and quicks, obviously with slows we do have more time. So the question comes to, in terms of choice of what to do with that more time. If I dance a box, for example, and if I dance with slows and quicks, yet no awareness of what I'm doing, very often what one may encounter and see is slow, quick, quick, slow, quick, quick. If there is no music, it will be extremely difficult for anyone to understand what I'm trying to accomplish by dancing the way that I just did. However, if I extend the step and if I showcase every single element in terms of brushing, foot goes first, spine joins after, clear direction, then obviously the slows and quicks are being converted into a different product. So if dancing backwards, I can easily create more space prior to rolling the foot. This will be my slow. I will brush the feet and then I'll go quick, quick and change weight. And once again, slow and then quick, quick, change weight, slow, quick, quick, change weight, slow, and quick, quick, change weight, and slow. Maxing out your step is always a good idea. It hurts my eyes seeing people dancing with extremely small steps, thinking that rumba or cha-cha or whatever, or they're so fast or I don't have enough time, but you do. Training the body to basically max out the range of motion is a huge plus for us as dancers. There are different ways, however, of maxing out the footwork. So if dancing in American smooth or ballroom dancing versus American rhythm, there are different technicalities needed. If I was to max out into space a step in a waltz, what I would do is I would compress, I would expand, which obviously will change tremendously the range of motion, simply because of that softening. Not to mention that the idea of swing, for example, once again in a ballroom dancing, would work a different way than a side step, for example, in a rumba. In a rumba, you would like to keep the verticality. And when we say verticality, we're talking about upper part, sternum, head aligned with the body, as well as straight knees. So one thing for sure, we do not bend and walk like a ducky. One of my favorite things that I see sometimes from dancers trying to learn American rumba is let me bend and then stretch my knees. When in fact, that is not a natural way of moving to begin with. So what we should do is we should stretch, we should get on the foot, we should 100% end on a straight knee. Then there is a softening in between, because that's the way we transition. From here we will stretch again before we move the spine, and then in the end we'll move the spine. We'll create a very clean line, and then we'll put our feet together, change our weight, and continue the motion. What you do not want to do is any sort of walking like a ducky type of bending. When moving backwards, the idea is to keep the spine from moving for as long as possible before we roll on the foot. Clear points, and then moving for the next piece. So this is one of the greatest ideas to fulfill the slows and the quicks trying to be danced. If we apply that into any other figure, for example, I'm going to do 3-step progressive turn to my left, and then I'll do a walk. I will go quick, quick, slow, and quick, quick. Same thing. My steps are not small. What I should not do is quick, quick, slow, quick, quick. The way that our brain works is when it comes to coordination, especially the lower part of the body, the brain requires clear distinction between the steps. The smaller the steps, the more difficult it is to understand, and this is where I'm blending the next topic of mine, our weight change. The weight change is extremely important, but it's quite frankly very much so connected and related to the sizing of the step. If I take extremely small steps, every now and then, especially if I have complicated choreographies, silver level Rumba, I may end up being unclear, especially while learning it, where my weight is. So for that reason, the steps should be a normal size steps. When we walk, I'm walking, I'm 5'10", 5'11", when I walk, this will be the size of my step, more or less. So if I take 3, 4, 5 steps, this is the way I walk. Now when I dance, if I was to apply that into a movement in dancing, I will try to create even bigger, right? Because my feet are on the floor, and there's a certain way of moving. If you think of Rumba walk, for example, so my steps should definitely not be small. When changing weight in Rumba is significantly important because that's going to preset the foot that needs to move. If we're too slow to change our weight, or if we're absolutely oblivious and unclear what foot should be moving, it will be close to impossible to do the right thing. Often what dancers that are just learning choreography rely on is a cognitive. So what they think of, oh, it's my right foot that should go to that one direction. Instead of changing the weight, prepping the right foot in a particular case, and then commencing the step. But it's much easier if one starts relying and understanding the proper weight change. When dancing silver level in American Rumba, often we do have alteration of timing. Where in bronze, for the most part, we have slow, quick, quick, slow, quick, quick, slow, quick, quick. In silver level, we may see 3, 4 slows in a row, for example. So I may dance a turn to the right, quick, quick, slow. Then I may put my feet together, slow. And I may dance a third slow all the way back, slow. Before I dance a break for a quick, quick, slow. Understanding the space in between, understanding the weight change, and thinking about the music. Obviously the complexity keeps on rising, but since we're talking about such a high level of dancing, it will only be rising. Directions. It is very important to preset the direction before we move into it. So for example, if I'm dancing, let's say a crossover, I will look where I'm going and then I will hit the line. Versus delaying and then striking with the head. Because you always want to make sure that you're clear with where you're going and then taking those steps. Versus delaying it. If you're dancing something like 3 steps, starting with the left foot and then rotation, you're going to go walk, walk, walk. As you can see, my head is constantly presetting what I'm doing. So my head basically changes and then my body moves as well. The head should not be delayed. Coordination. Coordination requires every single thing that I've just mentioned. Unfortunately, I have danced for 29 years and I have not found a shortcuts when it comes to coordinating everything. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to demonstrate arm into different figures. So I'll start with a half a box, starting with the right foot going to the right. If my right arm is connected to my partner, my left arm is free. Let's just say that in the following way. I'm going to dance quick, quick, slow. Now from here I will brush my feet. As you can see, my left arm comes close. I'm going to dance 3 steps to my left. I will look and then go 1, 2, 3, and then in the end I can open the arm, but not during my turn. From here I will take 2 steps right, left. I will look where I'm going and then I will go walk, walk. Now from here I will twist, the arm is going to close, and then I'll take a step back for rocks. Rock, rock, rock. That rock can also have skirt involvement. Rock, rock, rock. Change. Or I can also bring the arm up. I can go up, down, down, release. From here on, I'll turn with 3 steps going to my right using the right foot, and I'll again wrap with the left arm. 1, 2, 3, and as you can see in the video, I actually looked to my right before I moved to the right. Once I'm finishing with the turn, I'm about to close my feet, and I can actually change weight and open the arm. Coordinating all these things must happen with a very slow pace and literally perhaps speaking no more than 5 seconds per choreography being danced or practiced. Always having an extremely clear goal of what we're trying to achieve. Would it be proper footwork, a good timing, clear direction, arms, if arms is the word that we're trying to do. To develop, understand, and dance throughout a specific dance routine, it often takes years, not weeks, definitely not months, either years. A good example are the former world champions Nick and Victoria and American Smooth. One of the choreographies that I have seen them dancing in their waltz, actually there were 4 dances, obviously, but specifically the waltz, they danced for 4 years in a row. They literally changed one figure between those 4 years. In the end of the 4 years, they started altering different figures, but that's just an example of how complicated it is to develop everything we need.